Folks, Gene Galin here with the Chatham Journal. I'm with Tim Pedersen at 15501 CrossFit. We're standing in front of the summer camp banner. And Tim, what's the scoop with the summer camp thing going on here?
Yeah, so what we do is we provide kids from 8 to 12 the opportunity to come in and have some fun, get the kids out of the parents' hair for about 3 hours. We do it from 9 to 12 on a daily basis. So we'll be setting up camps from June all the way through August. Great way for them to do some flexibility and stability and work on their strength and just keep them moving. And we do it all in a fun atmosphere that they don't even know that they're working out. They're just having fun. So that's going to be all summer long. You can go to the website and get signed up for that. And yeah, it's a great time.
What is the website?
Our website is CrossFit15501.com. No little spaces or anything, CrossFit15501.com.
All right. Now, we had talked earlier, what was driving this? Because there's a lot of kids that are sitting at home, spending a lot of time on their little digital screens, and you're like, hey, we need to get these kids out. Plus, this is in preparation for when the schools return into sports season or come back into session in late August.
Yeah. So we have two things for those kids getting ready to go back into sports. So we do have the summer camp, which is a great way for them just to keep physically active. And then what we were seeing is we had the middle schoolers who are doing the sports, they're doing the football, the lacrosse, even frisbee and baseball. And as soon as they finished their sport, they couldn't work out anymore because they weren't doing a school sport. They can't go to the Y, they can't go to O2, they can't go anywhere and continue the training and keeping their fitness up. So what we did is we created an evening sports program, which I absolutely love. It's amazing to see these kids come in because they're excited, they love working out, they love being fit. And so from 6:30 to 7:30 every single night, Monday through Thursday, we have the kids come in. And sometimes it's sports specific. If we have a bunch of kids that are baseball players, we'll do something more for them. If we've got basketball players or football players, but it's generally all the same fitness. I've had football coaches and then baseball coaches do the programming specifically for their kids, and they were exactly the same. They were doing the same drills, the same warm-ups, the same mobility things. So the thing is just to keep them moving when they're out of that sport. And as they're getting ready to go into that sport, it's a great way for them to be like ready to get on the field and have that conditioning already done. And they just hit the field running. The parents come back and say, oh my God, my kid has had, it's a night and day to see their kid up against kids that have just been sitting on the couch all summer long or whenever, and on the electronics. It really makes a difference. And we're so excited to have them in here because they get in here and they are just raring to go. It's really exciting to see.
You mentioned some of the workouts you have them do. What in particular, can you give some examples of some of the stuff you have them doing? So
we do a lot of fun drills. We combine a lot of it into game type things. We like to set up obstacle courses. So I love doing Spartan races. So I am partial.
Wait. What is a Spartan race?
Okay, so I will never go out and do a half marathon, but I will do a half marathon if you put about 30 obstacles in the way. So actually just a couple weeks ago, I did a Spartan Beast. I do all Spartan races, and we are a Spartan affiliate. We do Spartan DECA events here. And so that Spartan race is a distance 5K, 10K, or 21K, and a bunch of obstacles. Everything from mud to crawling through the mud and under barbed wire to jumping up and over things. And so we set up in here, we have monkey bars, we have rings, we have places where they have to crawl, where they have to jump up and over things. And so we set those things up. And that's always been a favorite of the kids. When you set up a course, they're like, oh, can we go? It's like trying to keep them, settle them down. They have little zones where they have to get to and do like 10 burpees. We set down the plates and they've got to do like it's hot lava and they got to jump from plate to plate and not get into the lava.
How do you bring mud in for this thing?
That's one thing I don't do.
See, I'm gonna have to see a picture. Can you imagine Tim with mud all over himself?
I can send you a picture. I've got some good pictures of me covered in mud. So I do clean up pretty nice when I have to.
Mudguy.com. Okay, I apologize. I just want to know what's Spartan. Now, going back to some of the drills, you mentioned some of the stuff you do in the obstacle course, but what are some of the drills you work these kids through?
So a lot of mobility. I have a coach who's just all in how the body moves. So I love watching them just learning learn how to, move their body. She's got them doing all kinds of crazy and amazing things, like where they're counterbalancing themselves. So they've got a weight in this hand and they're pulling with this hand. So it's having them do drills like that, having them work on that mobility and that agility. We do a lot of ladder drills as they're warming up in the morning, or as the class starts. A lot of jumping, like having that ability to have that twitch muscle activated and be able to jump and move quickly and have that stability is absolutely paramount in any sport. So we're doing a lot of those kind of drills. And again, a lot of it, we do it around games, so they have fun with it. And as the kids get older, depending on the age of the kid, we can throw in some, we do strength, but it's more body weight. If they're older and they're starting in they're in their teens, then we can start bringing in the weights and having them do some weights.
So this is from 6:30 till what time?
6:30 to 7:30.
All right.
Monday to Thursday. We're going to keep that going all summer long. If there's one kid in there or 20 kids in there, I want to be a resource for parents and for the coaches. Coaches, if you're out there, you want your kids to be ready for that sport, send them here. We're ready for them.
Actually, I was talking to somebody earlier this week, a lady who cuts my hair. She mentioned that about keeping her son active during the summertime, because she, like a lot of parents, are concerned about her son sitting at home just playing video games on his phone. So,
yeah. So that's a real passion of mine. As you know, we talked about longevity. I have a longevity health and fitness expo here at the gym. I'm all about longevity. I'm an older guy. I'm the oldest CrossFit owner in the area. So
and you're proud of it.
And I'm proud of it.
All right.
What I really want us to do is move forward into our years, being able to live longer and a healthier life. And that starts when they're kids. So if they have that habit of being like this on a device, they're not moving. I mean, kid diabetes, type 2 diabetes within kids, it was never heard of, 30, 40, 50 years ago, and now it's rampant. And the first line of defense for 12 plus right now is the shot for the drug, Ozempic.
Oh, really?
First line of defense. Pediatricians got the go-ahead to start giving it to 12-year-olds. And it's not a drug that you're supposed to come off of. It is a lifetime drug. So this is not the answer. Moving your body for anybody and everybody is the first line of defense.
So this is a natural way of being able to stay healthy, live longer, instead of taking drugs.
Absolutely.
Which for some people just seems to be an easy out.
Everyone wants the pill, and I get it. I mean, when I'm working out, I want to know the workout and the movement that's going to give me the most bang for my buck, so I get it, but there's not a pill that's going to outdo what we can do in here. Even Duke did a study. The number one antidepressant is the endorphins that you get in a gym. The number one, not the pills, not the things that you do. It's working out. So think about that for your kids. If we've got kids with a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of stuff going on socially. This is where they need to be. And then hey parents, this is where you need to be too. Set that example. We have classes for you too. You can come at 5:30 and work out, and stay and catch up on your work, and your kid can work out at 6:30. We're all set up for you.
Actually, speaking about adults, we've got the camp early in the morning, summer camps. Then we've got the sports. I don't know what you exactly want to call it, but the sports
prep,
stay
performance,
in shape.
Performance, yeah, sports performance, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Sports performance to stay in shape during the summer for fall sports. What do you have to offer for adults that don't want to do the drug route?
Right. Well, this is where you need to go. We have a couple options, actually, multiple options. So we're running a challenge right now. We have a 6-week challenge for the parents to come in. We go through your diet and nutrition. There's actually 5 pillars of what we do for people in that challenge. It's the nutrition, the diet, the sleeping, the motivation, and accountability that you need, and then that last part is my favorite word, longevity, working on your longevity over time. So that's one option. The other option is just to come into our regular classes. You see people running past me. That's our 8 a.m. class. They're doing a warm-up right now, going into an awesome workout. So they're hour long. It's an hour long. We've even got showers here, so there's no excuse. I even provide towels. I take a load of towels home every other day so people can come in and be ready and fresh, and they can go to work. And you know what's great is that on their way to work, those endorphins hit. So they hit that office and everyone's like, what did you have in your coffee today? Like, I had some burpees today. It was awesome.
Some burpees. Now, are those towels monogram? Are they Tim Pedersen towels?
You know what? If they end up going home with you, I'd be happy and honored.
That way he doesn't have to wash.
Yeah, I don't have to wash it. Just bring it back clean. And the third thing that we're doing now is we're doing a Legends program. So as I mentioned, I am a little bit older. I am 57 years old. And I know that when a lot of people, are getting back into the game and realizing, I'm not feeling like I used to, and what happens from 30 on, you lose 1 to 3% of your muscle mass if you're not doing resistance training. You got to have the resistance training. So going to the gyms that use color in their name, I won't mention them, they are not taking you to that resistance that you need to maintain muscle mass. Does not have the heavy weights. You have to be doing some heavy weights, and the thing is, you have to be doing it properly so you don't hurt yourself, so you can keep moving on. Every class is coached. We're there, right there with you, telling you how to do and how to move your body so you can do those weights, so you can be building that muscle, so you're not losing it every year. 1 to 3%, start adding that up, times 10, and I'm 57, so I got to times 27 years. That's a lot of muscle mass I could have been losing, but I've been in the gym trying to maintain that over the years. So we have that Legends program. It's going to be twice a week. You come in, it's a little bit more toned down CrossFit. It's not the crazy stuff. We're not going to be throwing stuff over our heads and walking in the parking lot, doing lunges or doing, handstand push-ups, but it will be getting you to move and lift some weight and learning how to do it. And then if you're ready, go to the places that have the color in their name or other numbers in their name, but we will get you ready for that so you're not going to hurt yourself.
Right. Well, you seem to be in pretty good shape. So how did you get involved and how did you decide, hey, you know what? I got nothing else better to do. Why don't I start up CrossFit 15501?
This could be a whole interview on its own. So I was not the sports guy growing up. I was the skinny kid. And that turned into the skinny fat kid, adult, later in life. I dabbled in some fitness, and I didn't really know how to put all of it together. And then I went to a Groupon, and I did a boot camp at another CrossFit, and fell in love. Like, all of it was coming together. It was nutrition, which my dad was, and parents were really into nutrition. Growing up, we had the Prevention magazine right next to the Bible. Remember that Prevention magazine?
Yeah.
Reader's Digest, the Bible, and Prevention magazine. So I always grew up with that. My dad, we joked that if he jumped up and down, he'd shake like a pill bottle because he was always taking so many vitamins. So I've been, in that world for a long time. But then to put in the fitness into it, not having had the training from a coach, during, to be able to do with these kids that I see, I'm so happy to be able to be a catalyst for that because I didn't have that opportunity when I was growing up. And so I took that class, started doing CrossFit, immediately really loved the movement and seeing how people moved. And within a couple of years, I got my level 1 in CrossFit, which was the first level of coaching. I now have a level 2 and I'm going to start working on my level 3.
You get different colored belts?
Yeah, we should. I think we get a T-shirt. That's about it. I have this shirt that I wear, and this is my thousands of dollars worth of T-shirt that I wear, and I will never throw that one out because it's very valuable to me. And so I kept adding to that. Then I got certified in health coaching, so I'm a health and nutrition coach as well. I am also certified in keto and intermittent fasting, which are powerful tools for people to use just to shock their system a little bit. We want to get into some hormetic stress, some words that we need to look up every once in a while, but hormetic stress puts that body and helps. We don't want to be comfortable all the time. We're in this comfort society. So I started learning all that.
You're not hosing people down with cold water now, are you?
Oh, no, we do have a cold plunge.
Oh, you do have a cold plunge.
We will do that. It's not a regular thing, but we're getting ready to do a big workout on Memorial Day weekend, and beer and cold plunge will be part of it.
Wait. Do you drink the beer or do you pour the beer into the cold plunge?
It gets crazy. You never know what's going to happen. Okay. You never know what's going to happen.
Is there going to be a lifeguard present?
Yes. There will be.
You will take safety precautions.
There will be safety.
You have not lost anyone in the cold plunge.
No. Okay. I'll have life vests for everybody. It's all good. It's only a little bit of water. So back on my journey. So I got certified, and I was coaching at another CrossFit. Pandemic, everything started closing up, and this CrossFit was basically going to close up. And there was a Facebook post closing the gym at the end of the month, and if you want to buy some equipment, let me know. Like, well, I could use a rower and I could use some things. I was doing some backyard workouts. I literally would have 20 people in my backyard on the weekends doing a community workout. And then I was coaching on my backyard. And I said, I could use some stuff. Like, where am I going to store it? And like in a universal whim that just came out of me, I still don't understand what I was thinking. I just said, how much for the gym? And about 25 days later, I was signing the papers and this was mine. So it's been an amazing journey. It's been such an amazing learning experience. But Gene, to be part of people's transformation, to see people come in and within a couple weeks tell me my pain's completely gone. I was taking pain medication every single day. Like, I had to take a bunch of pills to come in here, but I knew I had to come in here. And they come in, and it's just amazing to see that transformation. To see people lose weight and just feel like they have a whole new body, they have a whole new life. You see them buying some new clothes. You see the big baggy clothes start to disappear, and they're starting to buy the mediums and the smalls. And their attitude, just their life is completely different. And to be part of that on a daily basis is just amazing.
All right, I'm going to backtrack to something you mentioned earlier, and you and I have talked about this previously, diet. I mean, the word diet kind of has a bad connotation, but when we talk about it, it's not so much a diet as it is a change of your eating pattern. Can you get a little bit into where what you eat is important?
Boy, is it ever. So, about 90% of what is in a supermarket is not really edible, in my opinion. The longer the shelf life, the shorter your life. So there are seed oils, there are so many processed foods and things out there, and they're so bad for you. It's causing inflammation throughout our whole body. So one of the things, like in our program that we do, is we want to get those things out of your body to get that inflammation out of your body. And so just knowing, I love to eat pasta, I love to eat bread, I love to eat that sweet thing at night. Well, guess what? You can make your pasta a certain way and that it actually becomes resistant starch, and it's more like a fiber in your system and not a starch, and doesn't raise your insulin. I can tell you how. Come see me. If you want to eat bread, there's ways that we can do that. You freeze the bread and then you toast it. It does the same thing. So there's all these different ways. If you like sweets at night, you know what? Eat something a little salty. Your body knows how to get rid of salt. All it does with sugar, it turns it into fat. But you can get rid of salt. I have a sauna in there that'll sweat it out of you, okay? So there's all these little tips and tricks to just shift how you're doing things. And unfortunately, the big farm and pharmacy seem to be in cahoots with each other, because they get us sick and then they put us on medication for the rest of our lives. So like type 2 diabetes, this is the answer. Not a bunch of insulin or some pills. This is the answer. A lot of autoimmune diseases, cleaning up that diet is going to make a lot of that stuff go away if we get rid of the inflammation. Now, there are some chronic things that, are things you need to do medical-wise, but, the first line of defense should always be cleaning up that diet and moving the body. It's amazing what will happen.
All right, anything else folks in Chatham County need to know about 15501 CrossFit, the programs you offer, summer camp, stuff for sports athletes, high school, middle school. You've also got stuff for seniors. You've got a challenge going on right now.
We got it. It's all over the place. The main thing that you got to do, the only thing that you got to do, is you got to walk through the door. You just got to walk through the door. I know that's not easy. I give people props every day when they do that because it's not the simplest thing to do. But once you walk in, we take care of everything. We take you through the warm-up. We show you how to move. We scale it. If you can't do what Evan or Sam or Nicole's doing over here, well, guess what? I've got pink weights. I got little tiny weights. Gene, I'll be happy to give you a little 2-pound weight. We'll get you started with that, and we'll work our way up. So we have something for everybody, except infants. We're not doing infants and five and under, but for everyone else, we have something for them, and all you gotta do is walk through the door, and we'll help you out.
Okay, website address again?
It's CrossFit15501.com.
And actually physical street address?
It's a weird 11552 Highway 15501 North. So if you know where the Dollar Tree, the Town and Country Hardware, and McDonald's, and the Dockside Seafood Restaurant, it's a It's everyone knows where that is with the boat out front.
Yeah, and for folks who've been here long enough, it's the old Cole Park Plaza, and that
Yep.
that sign is actually gone. But if you miss seeing that sign, you can go over to Woods Charter School, because when they took that sign down, Woods took it up, and it's in their main room at Woods Charter.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Is there a phone number folks can reach out, or is the website? What's the best way for folks?
The website is great. The number is 919-705-0645.
And that number again.
919-705-0645.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. Folks, check it out. 15501 CrossFit, the natural alternative to all the other stuff that you could be taking.
Awesome.